and gentlemen, based on my analysis across, based on what's happening in the Kenyan political terrain, Matiang'i must keep off the Jubilee Party. Completely. He must keep off the Jubilee Party. There have been rumors across the country and even branding across, seeing long vehicles having pictures or maybe branding of Dr. King of Fred Matiang'i as the Jubilee flag bearer. Not once, not twice, but Jeremiah Kiuna has come out to speak about the Jubilee Party fronting Dr. King of Fred Matiang'i as their candidate. Ladies and gentlemen, we look at that very well. I feel strongly that there are indications that Matiang'i might be heading to the Jubilee side. But however, I want to caution him not to associate himself with Jubilee that is going to run with the Jubilee ticket. Completely. I know Matiang'i could be part of that Jubilee making. We remember one time when it was being formed, he was in government. Even he worked with Uhuru Kenyatta, were under Jubilee, within the Jubilee Party. But he was not the leader of Jubilee Party. He was just a cabinet secretary and he did not participate in the forming of Jubilee. The people who took the center role of Jubilee formation, it is Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto. And in this particular video, I want to take you through on the reasons as to why Dr. King of Fred Matiang'i must keep off the Jubilee Party. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mokwa Times, kindly take a second or two to subscribe, like and comment, because that is the best support you can always give the channel. My name is Abel Mokwa. We all remember that there is no party that has ever won elections twice in this country, except KANU. Ever since 2002, we have been having some cycle taking place. We had Na Kenya brought in Kibaki, but in 2007 Kibaki went with PNU. We had Uhuru Kenyatta come with TNA, but in 2017 he went with Jubilee. Therefore, we can't expect the Jubilee again to emerge in 2027. Impossible. Why? It has been overtaken by time and history can repeat itself. It repeats itself. So therefore, there is no way Matiang'i can be confident by coming up with the Jubilee Party and say, I'm going to run under the Jubilee Party. It's impossible. If kuna mtego ni hiyo. Ni hiyo. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have to say that Jubilee, when it was in power, there is flaws. There are things that it did that are not right with Kenyans. And the Jubilee Party, it can comfortably be maybe associated with some of the problems Kenyans are experiencing right now. So if you bring Jubilee Party, you are going to campaign and become the change for this country. There are people in this country who perceive you differently. And that means you have to avoid the tag of Jubilee on your back. Very simple. Also, as we speak today, another reason, of course, the third one, in Mount Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua is coming up with his party, has actually come up with his party. That is the DCP party, who signed his Skiza ground. Now, the DCP party, Rigathi Gachagua has authoritatively stated it that it's going to be the mountain party, but will still look for friends elsewhere in the country. And is doing exactly that because as we speak, is at the coastal region. And as we speak today, Rigathi Gachagua has always told these other principals, go to your regions and create your parties. Very nice instructions. That is a clear communication that don't interfere with the mountain politics by bringing a party to rattle or maybe to battle us in the mountain. Therefore, to avoid the battle that Jubilee is bringing in the mountain between Rigathi Gachagua and Rigathi Gachagua's party and Jubilee, I mean the Jubilee and Rigathi Gachagua and the DCP party, to avoid that battle, let Matiang'i keep off. Not to be associated to be the reason as to why there's some wrangles within the mountain region. Because if he's part of the wrangles, and then Gachagua speaks once, the people listen, it's going to be clear that Matiang'i is going to be branded negative, and he will not have the political strength he's supposed to have, considering that the mountains should be backing Matiang'i if he wants to be the president of this country. It must back him up. So therefore, he has to create a good relationship with other parties by ensuring that he does not do what you call engaging in wrangles that do not belong to him. Ladies and gentlemen, number 4, it's a deal to create a good relationship, of course, with the Gachagua. So if you bring a party that is going to battle his party in the mountain region, then definitely they are going to exchange here and there politically. And eventually Rigathi Gachagua and Matiang'i will not be seeing eye to eye. And we know what Rigathi Gachagua can do. It's not all about fear, but it is that they need each other. Rigathi Gachagua needs Matiang'i and Matiang'i needs Rigathi Gachagua. But if the two mix up and Rigathi Gachagua is annoyed, Matiang'i is annoyed, eventually they will not be able to get the seat in 2027. So it is ideal, we have to agree here today, that Matiang'i must avoid the Jubilee Party and allow Rigathi Gachagua to take over the mountain with the DCP and eventually be able to share with Matiang'i at the table the way they had organized before. That doesn't mean that Matiang'i will not go to campaign in the mountain region. He will. He can go there and seek support. And the moment he seeks support from there, he is comfortably going to get support because he is accepted across the country. But the issue of the party, I know, goes on. Now, the other thing is this. The origin of Jubilee, as I stated it, it is Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto. William Ruto can say we started this Jubilee Party. And we know who is running it. And Matiang'i, probably as we speak today, he is not even aware now the party is run and how it was created. He cannot even create his own party. Such kind of sentiments politically, they have an effect at the grassroots. So it's ideal Matiang'i to avoid such conversations at all. I feel strongly that if Matiang'i decides to go with Jubilee Party, he's simply going to create a problem that is going to fight until the elections. That are not this, are not that, which is not okay. So let him make a party to be a stronghold for himself, not a problem that he has created for himself until 2027. Also, I cannot finish this video without saying that Matiang'i needs to create his identity. Identity in the sense that when they see something, they see Matiang'i. If they see a party logo, they know this is Matiang'i's logo. Not that they see a logo and they connect to Uhuru Kenyatta. No, they see a logo and they connect Matiang'i directly. That's how he can be a presidential candidate in this country and be accepted. And that is how he can show some seriousness. So he needs to come up with his own party. There is this thing called the project. Raila Amolo Odinga was branded a project all through. And you remember how the campaign was seriously sliding past him. Simply because he was constantly branded as a project. He goes to some places, speaks, people say this is a project. That's the opposition who was saying that, like Naruto. So right now, if Matiang'i comes and then again is branded a project, it will be terrible. People will say that if you elect Matiang'i, you're electing this person. So eventually people will see like there's no difference, there's no change you're going to make. So therefore, people will tag him along with that project name until the end of the elections. So Matiang'i must stand up, seem to be independent, and progress with his own politics as we speak. He has his own party where he does not appear to be a project because he is capable of establishing a party and push it forward. I don't know what is your take, but if this is the first time you're watching my videos, here we comment. Please don't forget to comment in the comment section and share with me what you think. See you next time for more videos. My name is Abel Mukua. Thank you so much for watching.